In this episode of Have You Heard About, we're going to be talking about a company called Spotter. You or someone you know may be an awesome fit for what Spotter does. All right, so let's jump into it. All right, so if we are just meeting for the first time, my name is Rob Balasabas. Really excited to be meeting you. Glad that you found this video. I hope that this gives you a new platform to talk about, to share with fellow creators, to maybe wrap your head around some ideas that you're doing. But let's jump into it, all right? So there's, again, like I said, a lot to unpack here with what Spotter is doing, all right? So the first thing, the website is spotter.com. Spotter.com, SPOTTER.com. All right. How did I learn about Spotter? Well, a good friend of mine, Rob Gable, who I used to work with at TubeBuddy when I was at TubeBuddy. If you guys are using TubeBuddy, let me know. Send me a tweet, Instagram, DM, LinkedIn message. Let me know if you guys are using TubeBuddy to grow your YouTube channels. But I worked with Rob. He was a general manager and I was partnership manager over at TubeBuddy. A little while ago, we had shared a season at TubeBuddy, and it was a really fun time. Now, Rob Gable, not Rob Balasabas, not me, but Rob Gable was also the founder and the founder and CEO of a company called Tubular Labs. And then before he sold it, and then now he is the Chief Strategy Officer over at Spotter.com. All right, so what is Spotter? So let's really talk really briefly about what Spotter is. All right, so what Spotter does basically is that it provides cash, upfront cash, to creators so that they can grow and diversify their business while retaining their freedom. All right, so how does that work, right? The next question is, how does that work? So what they do essentially is they'll look at your back catalog. Now, this is only for YouTubers at the moment. They will look at your back catalog, right? So let's say all the videos that you have created before today. They'll look at your back catalog. They've got analytics and data, and they've got AI, and they can sort of somewhat very closely predict how much AdSense revenue your back catalog of your YouTube channel will generate for the next 5 years. All right. And so they will then, based on a very good revenue split, pay you upfront cash for the licensing of your back catalog of your YouTube videos. Not anything that you're going to create in the future. You could down the road, but for any deals, they'll look at the back catalog of your YouTube channel, calculate how much revenue it would make on AdSense on the YouTube Partnership Program, and then pay you a good chunk of that upfront in cash today. All right. Now, why does that really help? Well, now you can take that upfront cash and invest it in your business. You can hire team members. You can, launch new products, new memberships. Maybe you can build a membership on Uscreen. You can do a bunch of things. You can create more content, hire an editor, hire a channel manager, do some outlandish, crazy things, build an office in a crazy part of the world and, really invest in a team and build it there and create content and just grow your business, right? Really fast track. And it allows you to use money as a tool to really fast track the growth of your channel, the growth of your creator business. All right. So that is what Spotter does. All right. So, but let's get into some of the details here. All right. And again, really quick pause. If you guys have any questions around Spotter, let us know in the comments. I'm really good friends with Rob Gable, like I said, and so I want to make sure you guys get some answers. If you guys want to work with Spotter, then definitely reach out to them. Happy to even introduce you to Rob Gable if that's something that you would like to do that will bring you some value. Let me know. All right, so we're going to go into what Spotter does here. All right, I'm going to scroll through here. You can see here on their website, get cash for your catalog. You can then invest or spend this money. It's up to you. Now, it's very important. One thing to address, and I asked Rob Gable this directly, is that this is not a loan. You don't have to pay this money back. All right, you don't have to pay it back. All right, so this is not a loan. They're essentially paying you upfront for all the AdSense revenue, and then you license the content to Spotter, and then they will receive the ad revenue from YouTube. All right, so it takes away any risk from you, anything like that. If it happens to not produce the same amount of money as they had expected and calculated, you don't have to worry about that. It's not alone, all right? Not alone, okay? It's not alone. All right, let's get back into what Spotter is here. Now, to drop some names, right? Who is using Spotter? Is it legit? Here's some really big names that are using Spotter already. Everybody knows Mr. Beast, right? Mr. Beast, aka Jimmy Donaldson. He's one of the biggest YouTubers in the world right now. As of October 2021, he has already done 3 deals on Spotter, right? He's already done 3 of these deals with Spotter, okay? Another name here that some of you may recognize is Destroying, aka Donald De La Haye Jr. He's again another big YouTuber in the space. He has 2 YouTube channels, and in June 2020, he did his first deal on Spotter, all right? He may already have done some other deals, but as of right now, we know that he's done 1 deal on Spotter already, okay? So here is what Spotter is looking for. They're looking for more creators, all right? So they want a 12-month, we're looking for creators who have regularly uploaded new content on YouTube for at least 12 months. So you at least need to have 12 months of content, right? At least a channel that's been around for 12 months, for a year. At least 50,000 subscribers, typically, okay? 50,000 to 75 million or more, right? So 50,000 subscribers is sort of the starting point here where they will start considering channels to work with. And then also 1 million monthly views. Now, this is a general number, minimum number of monthly views creators that they're looking for to do your first deal with them, all right? Now let's look a little bit more closer into what Spotter is and who they are, all right? If you guys start Googling Spotter and how much money they've raised quite a bit of money. Looking at Crunchbase, right? Crunchbase is a great site to look at how much funding and people, that any investors that a company has. It looks like here based on Crunchbase that they have about $230 million that they've raised so far, okay? $230 million that they've raised so far in 3 series of funding. Could be more, that we don't see, but that's what we see here in Crunchbase, okay? Now, looking at this again, just give you guys some insights. It looks like Spotter also was founded in 2019, all right? I'm gonna go to their LinkedIn site right now. They were founded in 2019 from what it shows here. And as of January 2020, earlier this year, Spotter has already deployed, meaning paid out, over $300 million to YouTube creators to reinvest in themselves through their programs, okay? They've also licensed content that consists of over 100,000 videos, generating 40 billion monthly watch time minutes, which is kind of crazy, and I'm sure it's growing all the time, okay? As of today, June 13th, 2022, it looks like they have 89 team members according to their LinkedIn profile, all right? So it's a very healthy company, it's growing, it is funded, they have their HQ, their headquarters in Los Angeles, California, and again, just a very fantastic, growing, healthy company. As far as I know, they are growing, they're hiring a whole bunch, and they've got some really good people in place, all right? There's some of the people here that you can see, Dude Perfect, Gloom, Guava Juice, right? Some big creators here, all right, that are using and doing deals with Spotter, which is really smart. I think it's a fantastic business model. I think it's only a matter of time before other people kind of get into the space of funding and investing into creators. And so I think it's fantastic what Spotter is doing, all right? Let's look at some of the other things here that they have on their website. They've got their brands, explore extreme relevance at scale. There's some other things that they are doing as well. Again, there's other things that Spotter is going to continue to do as far as I can see, once they kind of really get into this space, and, this funding is sort of the one offering, but I'm sure that they're going to get into other offerings, other services, other ways that they can work with creators. And so I just love of everything that they're doing. And so I hope that that gives you something to think about, a cool new platform that is very much creator centric. And so I hope that gives you some idea on what spotter.com does. Again, if you guys have any questions about this, let me know. I love talking shop. I love talking creator economy. And so that's what you're going to hear from our podcast or YouTube channel. And so again, make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions, any thoughts, any other things that you can add to the conversation, let's talk about it in the comments down below, or send me a DM if you're listening to this on the podcast. And again, I hope you learned a little bit about spotter.com, and I'll see you in the next video or podcast episode. Take care.